In this video, what I want to talk to you guys about is the importance of being able to niche down as a service provider. The reason why this is super important is because a lot of the times, especially if you're the type of person who wants to create content in order to attract leads, a lot of the times when you are, let's say you're an SEO person and you do SEO for everyone, right? That means that every single video that you create or every piece of content that you create is going to be generic advice. Every single one. You're going to tell people how to get rankings, and that's going to be generic. You're going to tell people how to evaluate ranking drops, and that's going to be generic. And everything is going to be about SEO. And then you're just going to be boxed in as the SEO person. Now, let's say, on the other hand, that you are a SEO that focuses on e-commerce brands, right? And let's even go a layer deeper to say that you only work with people who are on Shopify, okay? Well, the difference is now that you don't have to talk about SEO to attract them to you. You can talk about Shopify. You can talk about the platform's disadvantages, the advantages of Shopify. You can talk about the best plugins to use on Shopify. You can talk about, in Black Friday, what people can start doing to get more sales on Shopify. Like, you can talk about more things within the industry. And so what I'm starting to understand, or not what I've been, when I've been knew this, but like what you need to emphasize as being a consultant who understands a market, and then you provide the solution to that market, right? So if you understand a market, you're able to speak the same language as them. And now your knowledge is much more vast and much more in-depth than just SEO. People who have real business problems don't only want to hear about SEO. They want to hear about their margins. They want to hear about shipping solutions. They want to hear about how they can make their products cheaper. They want to, while also how they can craft their products cheaper while making their products more expensive. They want to hear about just other things in the industry. What are other people doing? Like, if you work with Shopify stores and you have 10 clients that all are e-commerce stores, you can talk about like the challenges that all of these 10 clients are experiencing, right? Like, you can build data that other consultants cannot build. Like, if I wanted to start talking about personal injury attorneys, because I work with 9 personal injury attorneys, if I wanted to start talking about personal injury attorneys and the challenges that they face and what I'm seeing as a collective from this group to reach my target audience of personal injury attorneys, then I could do that. Like, I can talk about what the challenges are, because this guy, like this one personal injury attorney, is going to want to know what his competitor is experiencing. And he's going to want to know how he can capitalize off of that. And he's going to want to know if I understand that, if I understand his industry, if I understand what type of cases he wants, right? Like, that's why it's important to understand industries, but you should only work in an industry that you are genuinely passionate about. Like, my favorite industry to work in to this date is banking. I don't know why, but banking was so exciting to me. The product launches, the legal issues with banking, just like everything about it, the understanding their products and what they're meant for, what they're going to do, and how we're going to market it, and our go-to-market strategy, and how SEO can support that, and like the business challenges and all this other stuff, right? So, as a digital marketing consultant, if you are serving an audience, you need to niche down on the audience that you are serving, because it helps you to make better content, it helps you to solve their problems easier, and you can also make a process that works for every single attorney or not attorney, every single client that you work with. And at the end of the day, the difference between good SEO and bad SEO is process, because everybody's going to do the same thing. Everybody's just going to do the same thing in different steps. Some people do keyword research for new content first. I do keyword research for existing assets, because I understand that if the client has content already, it's much easier for me to get them results by optimizing content that already exists, right? Some people do keyword research first. Some people do technical SEO last. I do technical SEO first, right? Because I understand it's a foundational element. So the process is what changes. And I think the process is why I'm able to constantly get the results that I'm able to get from my clients, because I've developed this process that works time and time and time again. But now when you are even more specialized on a specific industry, creating a process around your entire business becomes easier. You can create a process for the content that you make. You can create a process for the content that they make. You can create a process for how you deal with certain situations and hardships and adversity for that client. If you see a drop in their traffic, you can understand what it's about. Like if you work with e-commerce brands and you see that they didn't get any sales during Black Friday, well, you probably know that that's out of the norm. And so you would have to assess why that is. And then if you assess why that is, you come to the conclusion of what that is and why that's happening. And now it's easier for you to make a judgment, right? So based off, and now you know this for this specific client. So if you get another client like this client, it's easy for you to connect the dots. So you need to niche down as a consultant. And you need to make sure that you are having a service that is tailored to this person. It's for that person. It's not for everyone. It's for them. Sometimes you can be general too, but if you're a consultant, a digital marketing consultant, and this is your goal, this is what you need to do. Peace.